Hey guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I have another birthday set and I wanted to go over how I achieved this look. And I also wanted to talk to you guys about why you guys should consider going to cosmetology school and getting your license. So first I am using this pink color from Nail by John, and normally his acrylic powder dries really slow, but this one was one of the colors that was for more advanced nail tech, so I was trying to get a little more used to how fast it was starting to dry. As you guys could see, I placed my first bead right where the tip started, and I'm slowly just pulling the acrylic down and making sure that it stays on top of the nail. You guys could see that I'm using the tip of my brush to pretty much lightly pull the acrylic down to get it to be very smooth. With his acrylic, you do not have to cap them, but it's such a habit for me, I do it anyway, and I like to use my clear acrylic to build my apex and the thickness of the nail. So when I am capping the nail with clear, I'm pretty much taking the same exact steps. I'm going to start where I believe the tip started and slowly pull my acrylic down, and I'll build my apex from there. I've been getting a lot of requests regarding a smooth application, and I want to let you guys know that before you could even really grasp your application, you really do have to make sure your bead and liquid ratio is correct. Like, that's one of the most important things when it comes to your applications. And like I've said in another video, when I went back and pretty much just reviewed and watched a couple videos on my bead ratio, my application changed completely. Like, it looks way better to me. I work way more efficient, you could say. Like, it's amazing. Like, so I definitely recommend just going over and taking time to practice that. Next, for this nail, I am using the same method, but later on I am going to be capping some foils on this nail. Now, as I said before, your liquid and powder ratio definitely plays a large role. Normally when I'm applying my acrylic, I like to let my acrylic work for me and just slowly drop down as I'm forming it onto the nail. Next, I'm starting to apply my cuticle bead, and as I've said before, you do not want this bead to be too wet. And honestly, as you continue to do nails, I definitely recommend pushing towards completing your application in less beads, because believe it or not, I used to do this in way more beads, like ridiculous. But as you guys can see, I did get a little closer with my last bead, because I'm trying to just be able to just 2-bead method, 3-bead method with my colored acrylic, and then as time passed, maybe and possibly I'll slowly stop capping the nails if I do not have to. So I will be applying my foil gel to the white nail, so I'm just gonna skip over and apply my glitter. There really wasn't too much for me to talk about when it came to this nail. I'm pretty much using the same method. I'm just gonna apply a thin layer of my glitter and then cap the nail with clear. But let's talk about nail school, cosmetology school, and pretty much just getting your license. Yes, so as I said, let's talk about cosmetology school, let's talk about nail school, beauty school, all of that. If you are doing hair, nails, whatever it is that you're doing, I definitely recommend that eventually you go and get your license. One, it's just a safe thing to do. Two, if you do get your cosmetology license, you could do whatever you want to do. Like, I really wish I would have went for that instead. That's not the point, but my whole thing is, if you were doing nails and you decided that you don't want to do nails no more, you want to do hair, you have the license to do it. Like, it just makes so much sense to me. Or if you want to do lashes but you doing hair right now, a cosmetology license will allow you to be able to do whatever you want to do without having to worry about anything. Like, getting your license opens so many doors that I really didn't know about. Like, I never knew how many different types of nail techs there were. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe it's bad that I didn't know, but I just didn't know that, like, you can get your license and then really this go, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's way more than nails. Like, it's way more than nails, and it's so much out there to discover. Like, y'all better not just stop here. Like, y'all better not stop at just getting your license. Like, don't just start doing nails or start doing hair and then never get your license. Like, why do that? Like, there's just so many opportunities that will come straight at you once you do get it. Like, there's just a variety of things that you could choose from. So I definitely recommend taking that step and just pushing yourself forward. Anyway, back to the white nail. I am applying my foil gel, and when I am doing this, I think one problem people have with foil gel, of course, is it not coming all the way off. When you are applying your foil gel, please make sure that you are covering the entire nail and that you are applying a thin layer of the gel. Because if that gel is too thick, everything just goes left. So now I am applying my snakeskin foil, and when I am doing this, I am trying to get this as flat as possible. I know there are little like rubby tools for you guys to do this with, but I am using my finger, and I'm applying some pressure to this nail because I do not want any of this foil to mess up, because I hate reapplying foil. Pulling this foil up, I'm gonna do it very slowly, and I'm gonna watch as I'm doing it, just in case for whatever reason a piece of the foil didn't come off. I'll just lay it back down and continue to use my finger to rub it out. As I said in my previous video, it is a little different to cap foils, especially if they've been painted with a top coat. So when you're doing this, you do want to be extremely careful. Also, when I'm doing this, I'm going to use the same 3 bead method I use when I'm tapping my colored acrylic. Next, for this nail, I'll be doing a French tip nail, and when I'm doing this bead is slightly drier because I will be forming my point like this, and if it's not too sharp it is okay because I'm later going to go in with my hand file and sharpen it. Next, I'm applying my cuticle bead, and my client has very flat nail beds. Not that her nails are damaged or anything like that at all. She just naturally has really flat nail beds. So I'm extremely careful when it comes to cuticle application because if it spills over, it's literally just gonna roll right off her finger. Like, it will spill so easily with her nails. And like I've said before, everybody has different nails. I know that when I'm filing on her nails, I have to be extra careful because, like, I don't know what it is about her nail bed, but I have to be very careful because, like, she could easily get cut. So when I was first, like, taking her, she used to get so scared when I was filing her nails, and I used to get so aggravated. I would be like, listen, I'm not going to cut you. Like, I know they was cutting you before, but I'm not going to do that. Like, because she knows how her nails are, and she knows it's easy for her to get cut. So like I said, just be careful with your clients, and you really do have to analyze your client's fingers and learn how to maneuver with all types of hands. I love how perfectly this French tip nail came out. I'm definitely going to start using my cutter tool. I don't know why I do not. I want to do a full French tip set like this for you guys, and I want to show you guys the easiest way to achieve it because I know it is so hard. Yo, listen, I'll be ready to cry when my clients book French tip nails because it just takes longer. Like, it takes longer. They are beautiful, but they definitely take longer. So I've already applied my small bead of clear acrylic, and now I'm going to go back in with my pink from Nail by John and apply my first bead. I honestly should have done this bead a little bigger because I would have been able to, you know, pull it all the way down even though I had to stop to remove something from the acrylic. Like, and I love re-watching myself do nails because I could just go back and look at where I messed up on. Like, sometimes when little stuff like this happens, I don't be willing to post a video. Like, there's been times where I had a video and I probably messed up or didn't really want to post that because I messed up. But they're nails and not everything is perfect, but as long as you could fix it, it's fine. I don't know why people be trying to come on here and act like everything is perfect. Like, I definitely can say that I have my mistakes, but you just have to make sure it's not often. Next, I'm going in with my cuticle bead, and as I've said before, when I'm applying this, I do not like to apply it directly in front of the cuticle. I'm going to apply it slightly away from the cuticle and push my acrylic towards her cuticle area to prevent any spilling, acrylic touching her skin, anything like that. And like I've said, she has super flat nail bed, so I really do have to make sure that I'm being careful as I'm doing this. Next, using my hand file, I'm going to sharpen my V-line French tip. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this one time, it was actually in the last video that I posted. When I was shaping her V-line French tip, it was slightly crooked, so I tried to file one side until like it was straight again, I guess you could say, until it pretty much aligned in the middle. But I ended up filing the tip like to the point where there was a hole, and when it happened, I literally was like, oh my god. And I said it out loud, and I didn't mean to, but like now she looking like, oh, like what's the problem? I literally had used my finger to like keep the tip up, because I'm trying to explain where it broke. It pretty much broke right on the side where I was filing. It broke right under where I was filing, pretty much. It broke under where I was filing, so it was hanging off. So I used like my pinky or something to hold it up while I was still applying my acrylic, because I knew once that acrylic laid down, what was under didn't matter. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a little hole in the nail, because at that point, there was really nothing I could do. I'm sitting there like, I have another client after this. Like, I really panicked. So next, I'm going to fill all of the negative space on her nails, as you guys can see. And when I'm doing this, I'm pretty much just building up my white and pink acrylic. But after a while, I'm going to start to cap this with clear, and I'm later going to use my hand file to remove anything that's on top of the V-line French tip. Next, I am filling her cuticle, and I'm doing this on a low speed. I also know that for some of her nails, due to my nails, you guys probably won't be able to see it as well. I'm definitely going to find a better camera angle. Sometimes I have this problem with my videos, sometimes I do not. But if it's bothering you guys, let me know, because I'll definitely try to find a better angle, because I know my red pointy nails is in the way. Also, when you're filing, you guys can see that I'm not staying in one area for a long time. That could cause burning. And when I used to file my clients' nails, after a while, after a couple times I went over it, I would use my thumb to touch her nails just to make sure it's not hot or anything like that at all. But I haven't experienced that with this nail bit. But like I said, I am using it on a very low speed. Also, you don't want to apply too much pressure when you're doing this, because one, the cuticle bit I'm using is very sharp. There is literally no need for me to be applying extreme amounts of pressure. I'm lightly doing this because it's going to take off as much acrylic as possible. So for these birthday nails, I really didn't go all crazy with the stones, and they still came out really pretty. But due to the fact that I literally only put stones on 2 of her nails, I didn't really include that in the video. But as normal, I use Lay Nail Bling Glue. Girl, them stones is not gonna come off, and I'm gonna leave them in the link down below. Next, I'm going to start filing the side walls of her nail, and when I'm doing this, I am using an 8080 grit nail file, and I'm going to link it down below as well. Next, for my French tip nail, I'm using my hand file to go over the nail and remove any unnecessary acrylic from the V-line French tip. I prefer not to do this with my e-file simply because it always come out lumpy when I do, and I end up using my hand file anyway. But like I said, this is a personal preference. So this is all that I have for you guys today. Please comment any questions that you guys have down below, and comment, like, and subscribe if you like my channel, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.